3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Hello and welcome to the next Thunderbird 2 video where we're going to be building more of the excavator today and also finishing off the pod, really. Well, actually no, not finishing off the pod, but the penultimate steps to completing one of Thunderbird 2's pods, which is pretty awesome. I hope you agree. Also, on the pod front, I just want to say a massive thank you to Dan Griffin, who saw my weather video and saw of the damage that had happened to the pod because of that, and he sent me a replacement. So now I have a back panel that doesn't have a scratch along the bottom, and all the ribs are now straight, which is fantastic. So thank you very much for sending those parts my way, Dan. I very much appreciate it. It means that this pod isn't damaged, and yeah, it's going to look really good when we put it in Thunderbird 2. So moving on then to the excavator, the first parts that we're going to look at in this video. We have all the parts here that we will do this time, and also I have finally got some new glue, Loctite glue, to replace this because this will stick quicker and this one is a little loose. So I'm going to try out the Loctite glue to see whether it is any good and whether it is better for this particular model. I'll let you know as the build goes on what I think of it. So to start off with then, let's just clear the decks a little bit, and we need to bring in this, which is the rear end panel of the excavator. You see it's got lots of holes there, smiley face with ears, and the first parts we need to put in are these little tiny silver details here. So we've got kind of curved parts and then a dot, and exactly the same but the other way on the other one. They go in this way, so they just push in like that. You don't actually need any glue, they just push in there like that. And then this one goes in the other way, push it in like that. And if you do want to attach glue at the end, you can, just by gluing it at the back there, but I won't do that for now. Those are the first parts that we do. The next part we bring in are these parts here, which are exhaust pipes. Again, silver with a nice little black detailing in the middle there. I love the paintwork on all of these models. It's so clean, no going over the lines at all, and they just push into that hole there and that hole there. They are a little loose, so I am going to actually attach some glue on these parts. The thing is with Loctite as well is that it sets much quicker than the glue I was using before. So I'm just going to glue them in like that, just to make them nice and secure. Make sure to always put the lid back on, of course. And actually, while I'm doing that, I'm just going to attach some glue onto these pegs here, because we're going to be sticking the rear end panel now onto the main body of the excavator. Nice International Rescue lettering there. Again, very clean paint, very clean details, looking great. And then we just get this rear panel and just pop it into those two holes there. So it goes in there like that. Looking really nice indeed. Yeah, looking great. And of course, these exhaust pipes are the ones that spew out the sand or the water in the episode Martian Invasion, like the clip I showed last week. And we've already put quite those iconic parts in, so that is pretty cool. Moving it around then to the front, and we see we have this gap here. We just need to attach this hinge part into that gap. So just push that in there. That will need a bit of glue. So let's get the glue out. Just a little drop. Like that. Push that in. See, look at that. The glue just pretty much sets straight away. I think this Loctite glue is really going to work out. So yeah, that part is on there like that. The next two pieces are these very tiny steps here, which slot into these holes there, or this hole here I should say, and you need to push it in so it goes flush along there. So you've got the ridged edge. Sorry, I probably should have shown you. I'll show you on this one. We've got a flat end there, and then on this end there's some ridge detailing. You can see there when the light catches it. There we go. See the ridges? That is the side that you need to be facing upwards as you push them in, and they need to run flat along the side like that. So that looks pretty nice. Just a little step up to the cockpit there, I guess. Yeah, they're all installed, and again, if you want to, you can put a bit of glue on there, which I might do at the end. Okay, so the next two parts are these really tiny little piston parts. Okay, you do not glue these parts in. Absolutely no way do you glue these parts in. Okay, they just need to clip into this tiny little, these two areas here. So you've got two holes there and two pegs, and you just need to push them in to the pegs, and they are so small, so I am going to do this off camera. Be right back. And there they are, all installed. So they do have some slight movement to them. You can hear them rattling around there. Hear that? Yeah, and they need to be facing upwards this way. That is pretty cool. I wonder what they're going to be used to. Is ever so slight movement. I mean, it's not a major amount of movement. So, oh, that's they are meant to twirl down like that. I don't know. We'll see in future videos. The next parts are these holding parts here, and they just push in there like that. They will need glue, actually. So just pop a bit of glue. Just there's glue coming out. Yep, there we go. Bit of glue there. Bit of glue there. Bit of glue there. And then just pop these in. One. And dos. And 3. There we go. And just make sure they push all the way in there. So you can hear little clicks on them all. And then if you want to, you can glue them at the bottom just to have it nice and secure. Which I'm going to do there. And I'm actually going to do the steps while I'm here as well. Just don't want anything falling out, really. It's a bit of an unnecessary step, I reckon, but you know, better be safe than sorry. Okay, so we're going to move this to one side now and bring in the cockpit part here. I really like this kind of blast shield windscreen we get here. Really nice, slightly shimmery gold, silver paint, which is really very nice. The first thing that we attach onto this cockpit part is this part here, which are either lights or missiles. I'm pretty sure that they are lights. So we just get some glue. I'm just going to pop a bit of glue, sorry, just on here. This glue's not wanting to come out, which is probably a good thing, because I know I put on too much. And that just pushes into the top there, like that. Oh, there's a bit of excess glue there, which is now all gone, which is good. The next part is this part here, kind of this black back part, and it just clips in there. And actually, yeah, okay, you don't need glue just to put that part in. Again, you can secure it if you want to before we attach it to the main body. But the glue is very strong. You can see it's making my hands go all white. It is very strong glue, this, so just be careful. Yeah, just be really careful with it. It's not as forgiving as this stuff, which you can wipe clean pretty much straight away. It does stick, and it sticks well and causes white on the skin. So just be careful with that. The next two parts are super tiny, these silver parts here, and you just angle them and they go into these holes here. So one goes in there like that, the other goes, oh, no it doesn't, it goes in, come on. Like that. Oh. It's not wanting to go in. Come on, little fiddly part. Find your hole. It is just very loose. What I might do actually is I might use this glue just to really get in there. And eventually those will set in place. So a mixture of glues to be used here. Yeah, okay, that's good. So those silver parts are now on, looking great. And the next part is this part, which, you know, this is the light. So, or is it another really small missile? Who knows? Who knows what all these parts do? But this just pops into the top there. Really nice snug fit. Looking great. See that detailing at the top? Looks great. Looks really, really nice. And we're nearly done here. We just have these two pieces to attach onto the cockpit. So you get this one and you just push it in there like that. And then you get this one and you push it in there like that. And that's the cockpit part all done. So if you want to now, you can attack this with glue, which I am going to do actually, just to, again, better be safe than sorry. Let's get glue on all these parts so they don't pop out. And flip it around and you can't actually see the glue. Oops, sorry. There we go. Looking great. Then what you do is we move this to one side and bring back the main body of the excavator, because there are a couple of parts that do need to go in at this stage. First off, these two parts here, you see that it's got a thin side and a thick side. The thin side goes on the inside and the thicker side goes on the outside. Okay, so we just need to push them in there like that. I think the holes need to match up actually. Maybe I'll try it on this one. Maybe not. Do these push in or do they just stay a little bit? They do click into place. So we do the same with this side. God, this is a little fiddly. I don't know which way they go up. I think that's it. There, I think that's right. That doesn't seem very secure. Let me just have a look at this off camera. Be right back. Okay, here we go. Right, I've managed to work it out. You need, there's, on the underside of these, there are a ridged rim that helps glue them in. You do need to glue them in. And then the flat parts need to be at the top there. So you see that's perfectly flat. And that's flat there as well. And then, this isn't all you do with these black parts. You need to attach these silver parts as well. They have a hole through the middle, which you can see here. It doesn't matter which way around it goes. And then we just get some of the glue. Just pop a bit of glue on there. So it's a small amount. Just push it into that recess. If it wants to go in. Nope. Ah, the whole part's come off. Did say this glue was powerful. Okay. Just push. Oh, I don't know which way the thin way is. Okay. Sorry. Just push that in there. Like that. It might have been easier actually to attach these silver parts onto the black parts and attach it all together. Just a little hint. If you are doing it, maybe that's the way you want to do it. Push that in there. Oh, that one clicks in. So there we go. A little bit hit and miss that part, but when it's all done, those silver parts will be in, and they've got holes there, and it looks really, really nice, has to be said. Considering the excavator has such a small role in Thunderbirds, it is quite a complicated machine. I wonder if they had plans to use it again, because it is very well designed, and all these little parts, can you imagine on the actual model? I reckon they would have been quite something. Anyway, you then get this grill part here with this little tab. You just push that into the back there. And it doesn't come through, So if you do want to stick it down, which I do, probably best to attach the glue on the tab. Well, the only way to glue it in is to attach glue to the tab before you stick it on. That's stuck to my skin. Strong glue. Takes me back to my Falcon days. Right. And that just goes on there like that. And then we bring back the cockpit. So yeah, bring back the cockpit here. And it's got two little spokes there and goes on these two holes. You need to face it this way. And yeah, actually let's just push that in. Oh, it's going to be quite a nice tight fit this. That is good. And then if you want to, glue it on the underside to secure it. But yeah, it's really coming together now. This fantastic machine. I do love that windscreen. Looks great. There's only one more sprue of parts left to do in this video, and when they're cut off they look like this. They've got this nice flat silver part to attach it to the model, and they are more exhaust parts, so you need to push, I'm just going to show you here, push the flat part into this ridge here. It just goes in there like that, and then you've got a little tab there which goes into this tiny hole. Oh crikey, it should go into that tiny hole there. Crikey Nora. Okay, I'm going to have to do this off camera as well. Be right back. Okay, and here we go. You really do have to push these parts in. Getting it into the back here is fine, but then getting these parts angled up with the little hole is more tricky. But when it is in, it all fits together really well and looks great. You got the pipe going into the black there, and there's no kind of gap in between, which is lovely. And all in all, a very nice creative model. I love the fact we've got moving parts. I love the detailing, the silver detailing. It all goes together really well. The new glue does help quite a bit. And that is it for the excavator this time. So let's move on to look at the pod parts. I've got a little bit of an announcement for you, and it's about the Big Chief Studios' Thunderbird figures. They are now in stock, so if you have pre-ordered one of these fantastic figures, then it will be on its way to you after the Easter break. If you haven't, I recommend going over to the Jerry Anderson official store and just getting your hands on one. We have Scott Tracy, the eldest of the Thunderbird brothers, of course, pilot of Thunderbird 1, and he is fully articulated. He comes with lots of accessories, a display base and a fantastic collector's box. And of course we have Virgil Tracy as well for those of us building the Thunderbird 2. It will look really good stood alongside it. Please note, however, they are not of the same scale. So if you want to get some Thunderbirds memorabilia in your life, make sure you get them while you can. I cannot recommend these figures enough. I have one on its way to me. Thank you very much, Jerry Anderson store, for sorting that out for me, and I will be reviewing it on this channel as soon as I get it. They're going to be sought after, they're going to be collectible items, so make sure you get them while you can by going over to the Jerry Anderson official store right now and buying one. If you use the link down below, then you help out the channel as well, which would be greatly appreciated. So what are you waiting for? Go over to the Jerry Anderson official store right now and purchase one today. Hello and welcome back, and we have the next side of the pod to complete. Obviously last week we did the rib work, but now we're going to fill in all the gaps with lots of extra details. Now I'm just going to speed up this part by putting all these details on because they are pretty much the same as we got in the last time we looked at the sidewall. I'm going to point out the differences after I'm done, but yeah, I'm just going to get started now. so there we have it all done now, and it looks really good. And so yeah, just to do a little comparison, you see that they are very similar. So these blue bits are the same, these white bits are the same, these lights are the same, these bits are the same. We don't have a little red sticky out part like we do on this side, but the white is the same, the white is the same, bare face, bare face. This sticky out part we don't have. If I just do it like that, you don't see we have this sticking jetty outy part, but we do have this silver speakery part and this padded part there and that part there. So they are very similar. Yeah, which is great. They look really, really nice, really 60s. Fantastic to see just that little splash of colour, which I've never noticed on the pod walls before, but it does look fantastic. Now, this isn't the only thing that we do to Thunderbird 2 in this video. If we bring back this one, which we have, which we did last time, you'll see that there are these few holes here. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that we need to attach it to this part here, which is the outside of the pod. Oh, it's got a bit of glue on it. Oh no, that's just faded away. That's good. Yeah, so we've got the outside of the pod here, exactly the same green as the rest of Thunderbird 2. And it's got a peg there and a peg there to stick it on. But I would recommend just throwing in loads of glue for this part so it all sticks. So I'm going to use this glue, which takes a little bit longer to set there. And then I'm going to bring back the Loctite for the tabs. Okay, I squeezed out far too much. What a waste. There's using a lot of glue and then there's wasting it like that. Oh my word. I'm going to use just a old rag just to spread it a little bit there. What a waste. Okay, so let's just try that again. Just a little drop of glue, little drop of glue. Just make sure it's all covered. And then we get to the interior and we just stick it down there. It just fits together really nicely. And of course that will dry almost immediately because of the Loctite glue. And that is the pod wall all done. So we've got the interior there and the exterior there, and this part which has just fallen off, which I'll fix a little later. But that is the pod wall all done, and I'm pretty sure that in the next video we'll be adding the green outside wall to this wall as well. But it has been a really good video, this. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed getting to grips with the excavator. I'm liking the fact that that's taking shape now, and yeah, the pod is really coming together now. Really not that much left to do on the pod. Next week we are completing the pod and we're completing the excavator, so a very, very exciting week next week. So I hope you'll join me for that. Until then guys, take care. FAB, bye bye. I just want to thank my patrons John Medney, Jay Felschenbauer, Tom Butcher, Jerry Wilson, Omar Khan, Gary Lewis, Simon Edwards, John Dunseith, Glenn Philo, Andrew Woods, Fabio Gugel, Simon Dunn, Brick Bardo, Thomas Parker, David Cunningham, Mark Frampton, Louis Pays, Terry Schwanditz, Donovan Asmawid Jaja, James Brown Jr., The Miskatonic University Podcast, Dave Westbury, Michael Chambers, Marcus Simon, Vince Steele, Savigny Barrett, and Flash. Without you guys, this video would not have been possible and this channel would be dead, so thank you very much.